A few months ago, HBO released The Last of Us TV series, and I had never played the game before, but a bunch of my friends were watching the show, so I figured I'll watch it with them. And going into it, I expected it to be another zombie series that probably wouldn't hold my attention longer than the first episode, but I was wrong. I was very wrong. The show was great, and after the finale, I decided I should play the game to experience what their version of the story is like. And I'm gonna be honest, I hated the game at first. I was dying so much to fucking clickers and shit. The aiming sway was horrible. I was constantly texting my friends through the beginning, fuck this game, I don't want to play it anymore, and I turn off my PlayStation for an hour and then try again, and eventually, once I got used to the gameplay, I started really enjoying the game. I started upgrading my guns and upgrading my own skills, and the game became way more fun and easier to manage, but I still hated the stealth in it, but that's because I hate the stealth in every game. Why would I want to sneak around when I could just shoot infected people in the face? It's way more fun. But before I go any further, I want to warn you that there's going to be spoilers for both the show and the game and the second game, so if you haven't played those or watched the show, I suggest you stop here, alright? Cool, let's continue. I want to discuss the main differences between the game and the show. First one being Ellie. Ellie in the game is a pretty likable character, and I think most people would agree, but in the show, she's kind of a bitch. Like, she's really annoying, and I didn't like the way she was written in the show, at least at first, but eventually, as the show went on, I really liked her. Even though she was like an annoying brat, I think that initial friction is what allows you to really gain a connection with the character, because at first, much like Joel, you're only dealing with her so you can get what you need, but then you gain this father-daughter relationship as you travel across the country and you realize maybe you're an annoying bitch for a reason, as opposed to the game where Ellie's pretty chill in comparison and very likable, but I don't feel like I gained as deep of a connection with the game Ellie as I did with the show Ellie. The second main difference is that at the hospital, when the soldier walks you out, Joel shoots him in the dick twice. In the show, they did not do that. They just shot him in the head. I'm not sure why they skipped over the dick shot, but whatever, it's fine. I'll live without it. Now, after I finished the first game, I didn't really feel too blown away by it. It was a great game, don't get me wrong, but I think I had it way too overhyped in my head. But after I finished it, I decided it's time to play the second game, and this is where I become conflicted. Years before I even watched the show or played the games, I watched videos of people talking about The Last of Us 2, and pretty much every single one I watched was a negative review. People hated it, people were pissed, so I went into the game thinking, alright, I guess I'm gonna hate this shit, better buckle up and enjoy the ride on the piece of shitmobile. So I went into the game with that mindset, and by the time I finished all 24 hours of the game, I sat there and thought to myself, wow, this might be the best game I've ever played in my life. I loved The Last of Us 2, and I don't understand why people hated it so much. Okay, yeah, I get they killed Joel, but lovable main characters get killed off in media all the time. It's part of the experience. You get to deal with the grief along with the characters. Now, one of the biggest things that people hated was that you had to play as Abby, the girl who kills Joel. And honestly, at first, I was pissed too. I was like, bro, I don't want to play as Abby. Fuck this bitch. I'm not doing it. But I did it because, I didn't really have any other choice. And as Abby's journey and life story unfolded, I found myself really liking her and honestly feeling sorry for her too. Playing as her made me start hating Ellie a little because Abby went through way more shit than Ellie, and riding the horse through the burning down village might have been one of the coolest video game moments I've ever experienced. So I liked Abby a lot, and I liked getting to see the other side of the antagonist in the game. I went from not giving a shit that I killed this pregnant woman and her husband to being sad that I did. The game is such an emotional roller coaster that I was on the edge of my seat the entire playthrough of it. Now, my one gripe with the game is that Ellie lets Abby go at the end, and I do like Abby a lot, but it would have felt pretty satisfying to kill the girl who killed Joel, but letting her go is a good ending too. It teaches you that revenge isn't really the answer to everything, and then when you go home and you can't play the guitar because you got 3 fingers, that shit was sad as fuck. I think the ending perfectly ties it up, and I ended the game feeling really happy that I got to experience this story. And if you for some reason haven't played the game yet, but still watch this video because you didn't care about the spoilers like I did 2 years ago, I encourage you to play it. It's such a good story, and it might just become one of your favorite games ever like it did for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, have a great fucking day.